welcome to the Balance of War trading card game channel. Today we're going to talk about some of the cards that you'll be seeing in the game. We'll start out with kingdom structures. Kingdom structures are most important because they are basically your life points. Now you'll notice this card has this S over here, which stands for structure, and this 1 and a 1 diamond. The 1 and the 1 diamond tells you that it's a Form 1 structure. Down here, it has an effect defense and a basic defense. The effect defense works against effects of damage that comes in, and the basic defense works against attacks. The C up here is its rarity, common, which also this triangle down here with a green hue will tell you that it's a common as well. So kingdom structures are basically your life points, and they're going to be played down here in this bottom zone. The next line up we have defense structures, which you can tell right here with a shield. The shield designates or tells you that they are defense structures. Now this is a Form 1, you can see by the 1 and the 1 diamond. It's a structure, and this one is also a common. It has 15 life, so that's how much damage it can take. And also the kingdom structure has a life form, obviously. Pit defense structures can only be destroyed by effects, and whenever they're defending a kingdom structure, if something attacks the kingdom structure, the effect will kick in and activate. Alright, so we'll go on to field cards. Field cards will give your field a special advantage and make your units stronger and more able to protect your kingdom structures. Equip cards are equipped to your units. Each unit can have 2 equip cards. Reaction cards are cards that can be played at any point during the game as long as the situation is right. Action cards can only be played during your action phase, which is right after your draw phase and just before your combat phase. You have draw phase, action phase, combat phase, end phase. Now there's also a secondary type of actions called chronicles. Chronicles have an effect for 3 turns, so turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3. And then you can read the effects for each turn, so as soon as it's played to the field, turn 1 effect activates. Now we'll talk about units. You have humans, celestial beings, a little too close there, humans, celestial beings, morphs, and creatures. You can tell this by the letter in the upper right corner. Human, celestial being, morph, and creature. We also have a 5th type coming in called the Eldritch, but I don't have any of those cards quite yet. So units are basically, the attackers, the fighters of the game. They have an attack, a life, and also an effect defense and a basic defense. Units can evolve to higher forms, and the higher forms will be listed, well, the lower forms will be listed on the higher forms. So for an example, we have Louis of Keltala here, and I'll go through here and show you. Let's see, Louis the Knight. Louis the Knight says down here, Form 1 is Louis of Keltala. So that would go right there, Louis the Knight. And that's how units work. So that's basically the cards that you'll be seeing throughout the game. Okay, let's do a turn 1 breakdown. Each structure deck comes with these sheets right here, which have increments on the front and the back that you can cut apart and use for your damage counters. So in the beginning of the game, Each player chooses a Form 1 human, creature, or morph. I mostly suggest morphs because they can search the deck for their next higher form. But also there is one certain human that has the same ability, Ivor of Keltala. His ability is when this unit enters the field, search your deck for Ivor the Skilled and add it to your hand, then shuffle your unit deck, or shuffle your deck. So in the beginning, pick one, Form 1, put it face down, shuffle your deck. And then you're going to pick one Form 1 Kingdom Structure. We'll go with this one right here. Put it face down. Then shuffle the deck. This is your starting setup. You have 3 lines, which will be your unit zone, your defense structure zone, and your kingdom structure zone. So I'll give you a basic idea of the first turn. So at this point your opponent also has 2 face down cards on their field. You flip a coin, or a damage counter, see who goes first. And then you draw 8 cards. You can draw from either deck in any order as long as the outcome is 8. Okay, I also get to draw for my first turn, but before I do that, you flip your cards up. Now this first flip counts as a summon for the unit that you have, so his effect would trigger. And I get to go through and find Ivor the Skilled and add it to my hand due to his effect. So after I do that, I would draw my card from either the unit deck or the structure deck, whichever I choose, whichever one I want to build up. So I would say the structure deck. Now each turn you can play 1 unit and 1 structure. For structure wise, it doesn't matter if it's a defense structure or a kingdom structure, you just pick whichever one you decide. So let's see, I want to up the form of Bone Shelter. I have a Form 2 kingdom structure right here, Clay Hut, and I would play it on top of that and get rid of this and put it in the the out of play zone right there. So that's my 1 structure I played for this turn. I don't know if I said it, but your first setup does not count towards your limit on your first turn. And I have a Lorena of Keltala, who is a morph, and when I summon her, I also get to search my deck and find her second form. Morphs have that ability. You can always search through the deck and find their second form, which kind of speeds up the game a little bit, but I assure you it is not broken. Alright, so that would be a basic first turn. You got your hand set up, you got your field set up, kingdom structure, life points are looking good. The opponent would take their turn. Neither player can attack on their first turn, so naturally when it comes back to me, I would be able to start doing attacks. So at that point they would either have a Form 2 unit or 2 Form 1 units to be able to block.